Hey everybody, it's Melinda from Paper Wishes by Melinda. Running very late with this video. I apologize. I have had company. I have been sick. We opened a new business. It's finally off the ground. It has just been wild. Being sick was probably the worst of it. Not COVID. I just struggle with horrible sinus infection and yeah, it knocked me out. So I am finally back to the land of the living. I'm once again really sorry because this video should have been done a while ago. It actually was done a while ago, and somehow almost to the end of it, it got deleted too. So let's hope this one goes all the way through. I am super excited to be with you tonight. It's late, but that tends to be when I work the best. So I just wanted to share a couple exciting things with you. First of all, sneak peek. Are you ready? The new catalog is out. How awesome is that? I can't share any more than a sneak peek with you, but let me tell you, the new end colors are fabulous. The new stamp sets are amazing. Like, I want the whole catalog, and that's not a lie. There are some fabulous new sets, new paper. Oh, it's so exciting. That is why I love, love, love being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, because I get to see things early, I get to preview them, and I get to order. So, see that box back there? I already have the new stuff. It's so much fun to be a demonstrator. I can't wait to play. That will be where I'll be headed after this video because, like I said, there is some fabulous stuff. I'm in a couple swaps where we make swap groups where we make cards with the new stuff and swap with other demonstrators before they come out to get even more ideas, and it's super fun. Those are just some of the fun perks to being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you are looking for a demonstrator in need of a catalog or would love to join the Stampin' Up! Business and the Paper Wishes team, I would love, love, love to help you. My Paper Wishes team features fun. We have a great time. We're creative. I love, love, love to spoil them. So think about it. Having stamps at your fingertips is so much fun. The discounts are awesome. I love being a hobby shopper. It's perfect. I love being a business demonstrator. It can be whatever you want it to be. There really are no rules except your own. It can be whatever you want it to be. So think about it. For $99, you can join Stampin' Up! You can go to my website, paperwishesbymelinda.com. You can join our team right there. For $99, you get to pick out $125 worth of product of your choice. That's awesome. I just bought a pair of shoes that cost more than that. Seriously. So think about it. $99 and you have $125 worth of product for free, or well, for the $99 of your choice. How cool is that? You can continue or you can never order again, whatever you wish it to be. I can't imagine not ordering again, but I would really, really love to share the benefits and the perks with you. It's fun. So think about it. Paperwishesbymelinda.com. Message me if you have any questions. If you need a catalog, let me know. My customers that are in my catalog sector, their catalogs have been mailed out, so they should be arriving in their mailboxes any day now or shortly. That's exciting because I know they're going to love them. This video basically is to share the paper pumpkin with you. And this month was so much fun. What is Paper Pumpkin? It is a box full of products for $22 a month. It's a subscription service. You can subscribe for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a full year, whatever you wish. You can cancel at any time. You can even go into your account and pause a subscription if you see one that doesn't look real tempting. I almost thought about doing that to this one, and I am so glad I didn't because it's amazing. And I get 2 every month, so I was always going to get 1. The reason I get 2 is I make my alternatives for my Paper Pumpkin Perks Club with 1, and then I play with the second one for myself. I could have 10 of this one. It was amazing. I have well over 30 cards done, and I'm still going. And literally, I'll show you what I have for supplies left out of the first one. I used pretty much every morsel of it. For $22, including shipping, this is a buy. 30 cards, that's pretty darned cheap cards. So think about it. I also have a Paper Pumpkin Perks Club. So anyone who subscribes to Paper Pumpkin through me under my website is included in my Paper Pumpkin Perks Club with an active subscription. That month, for every Paper Pumpkin, I feature alternative projects. So this month, they'll get over 30 card layouts. I feature the PDFs to make 4 or 5 and the supplies to make 4, 5, 6, whatever I feel like. Sometimes I get a little carried away. Cards, a few gifts, and a sweet treat or 2. It is well worth it because that is just a bonus from me for being in my Paper Pumpkin Perks Club. I love it. I hope they enjoy the little sweet treats as much as I do making them and creating for them. I would love to have more people in my Perks Club because we have fun. It's really, really worth it. Sign up for the next Paper Pumpkin is ends April 9th. If you are interested in this one, I highly encourage you to think about it. This one looks absolutely adorable. It features ice cream, popsicles, bright, fun summer colors. It's a perfect kid-themed, birthday-themed hot summer group. These are a couple of the cards out of the birthday sweet ice cream set, but a lot of the products in the April Paper Pumpkin resemble the sweet ice cream set. Look at these fun upside down bright colors. It's going to be a fabulous kit. I am super excited. I know it's going to be great. So think about it. $22. Sign up at paperwishesbymelinda.com and you will not miss out on another box of fun arriving in your mailbox. It would be so much fun to have a summer afternoon with your grandchildren, your kids, just sitting down and having a paper pumpkin party. They're fun. They really are. You can give them as gifts. You could keep it for yourself. I highly encourage you to think about it and join Paper Wishes Pumpkin Perks Club and subscribe to Paper Pumpkin today. I am going to flip the camera down and pray that I don't lose you again because I swear technology hates me. I am new to the video thing. I've had a couple comments that people couldn't see my cards very well. I apologize. I take every comment to heart and I'm really trying to improve. So let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, a thumbs down if you don't. Subscribe to my channel. If you like and share this video, message me and I will add you into a Prize Patrol gift because I like to give gifts. I like to spoil my Paper Wishes customers and my team. I always reward with gifts for any and all orders and special gifts for over 50. So I appreciate your business. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your comments, your suggestions, and your loyalties. Thank you for watching me. Without further ado, let's look at this Paper Pumpkin because it was a fun one. It's Here's to You. So here's to you, Paper Pumpkin. Here we go. All right. I think we actually got it. And with any kind of luck at all, we are still recording. Amazing. Okay, this is the box. This is our Paper Pumpkin box for the month. And I already opened this since I shot the video once, so it's normally packaged a little neater. Once again, the post office kind of damaged it, but it's all here. This kit was fun. It features some die cuts, some mini dimensional Stampin' Dimensionals, a stamp set. I already have them mounted on blocks, but the stamp set is, oh, actually it is right here. And it features Here's to You, Happy Birthday, Congratulations, Trees, Flowers, Birds. I absolutely love May Your Journey Through Life Take You to New and Exciting Places. That one is an awesome saying. I think it's just absolutely perfect for graduation cards. Just perfect. And graduation season, we already got one in the mail today. It's coming right up. It features a few special gifts this month. A sponge. A little trick to using your sponge is to cut it up into pieces so that you can use it littler and you don't wreck it all at once. So you can get tons of pieces out of this one sponge just by cutting it up. There's ideas every month, a colored copy. The inside features the ideas for the suggested cards. Once again, I don't really like to follow directions, so you could make these and it would walk you through it, or you can make the alternatives. It also features a few alternatives on the back too, just some fun suggestions that they show. There were some mini glue dots for tacking down bows and little projects. There are some awesome die cut, laser cut evergreen trees. Aren't those gorgeous? There were some cards, some pretty peacock and some blushing bride peacock or blushing bride cards with a mountain scene on the front. There were some little, I don't know, die cut journal boxes, some die cut clouds. There's a beautiful postcard mountain scene. Once again, you always get an ink spot. I will use my big ink pads tonight, but these are awesome for traveling, which I will be doing some traveling for business next week. And you bet I will have my suitcase packed with some stamp stuff. So these are perfect for that. It features envelopes and envelope liners, but you know what? These will not be envelope liners because you know what this is? This is a bonus project from Stampin' Up. That's where you think outside of the box. If you cut these up, you will get designer series paper. How cool is that? This is a 4 by 5 1/4 cut off of one of these. And there you go. look how much you can extend that kit and make it into die cut or DSP, designer series paper, for your card fronts. That is just awesome. And you can still use it, the flap on your back. If you want to use it as an insert, you literally just slide it into your envelope like so, and it just makes a beautifully inside of your envelope. So that's fun. But like I said, I like to think outside of the box by cutting them up. In this set, there was an actual bonus of 4 beautiful stencils. And these are just really, really fun. Another great way, you can use these over and over. So this kit was a total bonus, featuring clouds, mountains. Oh my goodness, they're stuck together. Mountains, sunburst, and stars. And if you're into decorating trends at all this year, stars are huge. Stars are huge in clothing, home decor. Stars are fun. So there you go. Stars, not only that, oh, these are great for graduation, Christmas, 4th of July. There's lots and lots of fun reasons to use these stencils. So literally right there is an awesome, awesome kit. And like I said, all of this comes in it. It's just packed. Now I'm going to show you some of the projects that I made, and I'm going to flip through them really quick. Once again, if you're in my Perks Club, you will get all of them. And then I'm going to make a few, and then I have a couple other fun cards to share with you. So I'm just going to really flip through these real quickly and show you some of the different alternative ideas that I came up with. This is one of them. This features the postage stamp punch. I just used the flowers out of the kit. There is a strip of one of the envelope liners, and I used Calypso Coral cardstock. There's the happy birthday out of the set. I used the word label punch there, added some gold gems and some twine. This is a super fun one using the Tasteful Touches designer series paper, which I'm super excited to say is carrying over in the new catalog. Cut one of the mountain shapes out of the card front, added the trees, some twine, stamped "Here's to You." Here is another fun one. I think this would just be a super fun graduation card. I just took one of the mountain scenes, mounted on Calypso Coral, stamped the journey on the front, and tied it with twine. "Here's to You" inside. I think this is a perfect graduation card. Here's another one on that same format. This one I made into a birthday card, stamped on basic white thick cardstock. I added my trees, some twine at the front, just a sliver of Calypso Coral. I think that's 2.5 underneath. Fun, easy. How about this one? Look at the texture. I used the linen embossing folder. That is one of my absolute favorite embossing folders. The stitched rectangles. May your journey through life take you to new and exciting places. Love, love, love the same for graduation. I guess I didn't do the inside of that one. Here's a super fun one. I just stamped happy birthday in all of the yellow spots, mounted on Calypso Coral with some pretty peacock. I did the linen embossing folder again. I love texture on cards. I love texture. I love dimension. So I use that folder a lot. Tied it with the baker's stone or the linen thread, which also is included in your kit. I don't think I showed you that, but you get a spool of linen thread. Here's another one. Use the linen embossing folder again. I just used the double banner punch right here. This is one of my all-time favorite punches to punch that end, and this is a piece of the card. This is on Pretty Peacock. This is, once again, these are 3/4 inch by I think they're 3 3/4 inch strips out of those envelope labels. How cool is that? This is a fun one. Just mounted it again in the 3 colors. Happy birthday. Added some gilded gems. I absolutely love our gold gilded gems, and a double tied bow. Here's another fun one. Pop the trees up with the mini Stampin' Dimensionals here, the gilded gems. This is a strip, once again, texture. I did the linen embossing folder. I wrapped the card in twine. This is on Calypso Coral, Pretty in Peacock. Here's one with the Stitch So Sweetly die cuts. That is probably my all-time favorite die. I absolutely love that. This is a 3 3/4 by 5 inch card base from one of those cards that I cut apart. And there's some of the paper, Pretty Peacock. Here's one where I played with the stencils. I used some gray, and I used the smoky slate and made a sympathy card with the trees. I thought that was just fun. Here's one using the die cut mountains, remember, and the clouds out of the kit. The trees, here's to you, some gems. Sometimes I get a little carried away. Here's a fun belly band card. A belly band means it just holds your card together. So this one is folded and scored. And there's the inside. Isn't that fun? What a fun birthday gift. It's kind of like opening a present in a card. So super fun, easy to do. That probably, hint, will be a perks card idea. This one got a little carried away, but I was just trying to incorporate all the stencils. So I've got the clouds going, the mountains going, the stars and the sun, and got some birds on there. It's a little wild. Here's a cute one, just using the clouds on some blues. Here's one using the sunset, another one using the stars, butterflies on the sun. As you can see, I was just kind of playing. This one, I got a little embellishment happy, but it's kind of fun, especially for a fun birthday card. I just stamped in Pretty Peacock and Calypso Coral and Bumblebee. Lots of the colors of the kit, added some of the in-color embellishments, and there's a stitched rectangle again. So super fun birthday card. Here's one using all of the die cuts that came in the kit. And then I just stamped Happy Birthday on it. This is on basic white with Blushing Bride and, oh my goodness, Old Olive. And I love this one. I think this is fun. Check out the little butterflies on there. Aren't those pretty? Butterflies. There's my sun. I did ink that in the Bumblebee ink. Here's to you is in the Pretty Peacock. But this was a fun one. I just kind of rounded the paper like it's kind of a rolling hill. And then there's an example of how you can still use the rounded part of a flap for the back of an envelope. So that will just really coordinate well with this card. How much fun to receive in the mail. Here's another Happy Birthday. Just kind of use the strips. I love, love, love this sympathy one. This is a very vanilla base, 4x5 1/4 inch piece of Calypso Coral. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I used my linen embossing folder again with sympathy. Just stamped the flowers out of the kit in Calypso Coral all along the bottom. I did pop it up with dimensionals. Postage label stamp again was perfect for the size of these flowers. And there's one out of the envelope label. This was a fun one because rather than the stencils, I used one of our doilies. Is this not a cool idea? At least I thought it was. I used our new blender brushes and I just inked it up and I put my label down and just rubbed some ink, and then I kind of moved my doily around and rubbed some more. So I love the texture of this one. I thought it was kind of fun. Added some ribbon. I did wrap the linen thread around it, and I just glue dotted a bow right on the top, and that is a double tied bow. I also did the inside in the same way. There's the doily again inked with the message, all the best for a happy and healthy, prosperous year. Perfect for a birthday card. Stamp some flowers inside. So my inside is Bumblebee, 4x5 1/4, and then 3 3/4 by 5 for the white inside card base. So Bumblebee ink, super fun. I love, love, love this one. Once again, if you know me at all, you know I love the Stitch So Sweetly die cuts. The rectangle is out of that, and so is the die. If you ever buy only one set in Stampin' Up, this is the one you gotta have because I think I've worn out a couple. I use them all the time. I did use the Tasteful Textures embossing folder on this one and just opened it up, and there's a fun birthday card. Super fun, super easy card. There's just a fun one using all those little white labels that came in the kit. Here's to you, happy birthday, here's to you, here's to you. Super simple card. I put that in one of the cards that came in the kit actually. I love, love, love this one too. Postage label punch again. You can tell that's just a fun punch. I did do this in the linen embossing folder too. You do stamp the ink before you emboss it, then it comes through in the same texture. If you stamp it afterwards, it doesn't always work. So stamp it first, emboss it. This is cut 3 3/4 by 5. 4x5 1/4. It's mounted on basic white. So there you go. Fun card. This one's just a little card too. Simple. Calypso Coral. I just ran a 1-inch strip, stamped Happy Birthday and the flowers, added some gold gems. This one is okay. I was just playing around. It's really not my favorite, but I'll share it with you. I wanted some dimension. I stamped the trees. I stamped once, stamped off, stamped once, stamped off. So I have the lighter and the dark variations. And then I cut out one of them. I just fussy cut it out some of the trees. I did use that label punch again. May your journey through life take you to new and exciting places. And I did add some birds in color, wrap some twine. So lots and lots of ideas. Like I said, I am not done at all with this kit. It was just absolutely fun to make. I hope you enjoy it. I am going to show you a couple of the cards that I made, and so hopefully you can enjoy them. I'm going to show you, this is one I made. We're going to change up just a little bit in the video, but it says, "Happy birthday, here's to you." And it's a sunburst. And I just wanted to share with you, you did get sponges that you can use in your kit, but I really like to use the ink daubers too. So I cut this. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And a little trick is you're just going to lay it down on your ink, and you can tape it down if you're worried about it moving. I just kind of wing it. I probably should tape it down, but I just kind of wing it. And like I said, I use my big ink pads because I save my little ones for special trips. And I just take, like I said, you can use your sponge or you can just use your ink pad. And I really don't even need to do the center because I'm going to cover it up. But as you can see, you can dab it or you can just kind of run it. And I am just kind of going to run, move it up and down. Whoops, and see, that's why you can tape it down. You just want to be careful if you're not going to tape it. You can just use a little tape on the corner. It's not going to hurt anything at all. But that's kind of, you can get the gist of it. And like I said, I do have my sponge cut up here, so you can do the same thing with a sponge and just dab it in, which came in the kit. I tend to like using the daubers more, but either is fine. That's kind of, there's no rules in stamping. There's no rules in Paper Wishes. There's definitely not rules in the Paper Wishes team. It's to be as creative or as non-creative as you want to be. Anything and everything is completely accepted. So I'm just doing this real fast because I don't want to spend all night stamping a sun. I guess we're not stamping, we're sponging the sponge. And when you get done, you will have ink on your stamp and that, or your die cut, and that's okay because you're just going to wash it off with ink when you're done, and you'll have it on your fingers too. That's just part of it. But there you go. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to take a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 Calypso Coral, and I am going to mount my sun with my Stampin' Seal Plus. Oh, I must have had a little piece of fuzz on the edge of it. Onto my Calypso Coral, like so. Then I am going to take, and I have all of my stamps already mounted, so I need to find my happy birthday, and it's lost. Where did it go? Well, oh, here we go. Okay, it's right here. And I just used our 1.5 inch circle punch, and I stamped a little circle. Ooh, I got lots of ink on that. And I'm just gonna stamp happy birthday on that real quick, like so. And I used our scalloped, oh gosh, I have ink all over my hands. Sorry about that. I used our scalloped circles, shapes, and I die cut out a bumblebee scallop circle that nests the happy birthday on it. And we're just going to stick that right down with a Stampin' Dimensional out of our kit. Well, actually, I'm using the full-size ones, but you could use the mini ones right out of your kit, or you can use the full-size ones. And we are going to mount that right in the center of our circle, like a sunburst. Isn't that cute? Then we are going to take the Here's to You, and I almost dropped it, and I'm going to ink that up, and we're going to stamp it right down at the bottom of our card, like so. Perfect. And I set that aside. Then I am going to use some of our linen thread, which you got in your kit, and we're going to wrap it around our card 3 times. I don't know, but I just always like to wrap in 3. Don't ask me why. It's just a weird quirk that I have. Use our paper snips to snip it off and tie it in a knot. Like so. Then I would use my dimensionals on the back of the card. I like to make sure things don't fly away. I probably use 10 times more dimensionals than I really need to, but it's just an insurance layer, I guess. I don't know. Your take your pick tool is fun to pop the little papers off. It works great for doing that. Then this is a piece of the oh my gosh, I am at a crumb cake cardstock, and it is just cut to 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 with our paper trimmer, and I'm just going to mount this right on top of that, just like so. And I always think cards are fun when you add a little bling, so I just added, whoops, get rid of those first, some of the gilded gems to it, like so. There you go. Here's to you. Isn't that just, oops, I probably would trim these up because they're a little long. Super fun card. Birthday card. You could change the saying. There's a congratulations in there. Just a cute card to do. I don't know what got on that. Anyway, that's using the stencils. So the stencils are just an added bonus because you can use those over and over and over. Another fun card that I want to show you that I made as an alternative project is another one featuring the Here's to You. I am really thinking graduation. With 3 teenagers in the house through the years, we get bombarded with graduations every year, so I can never have enough of those. But this could also be a Father's Day card, you name it. Once again, it's a crumb cake cut to 4 1/4 by 8 or 11, and then scored at 5 1/2. And we're going to make this card tonight, and I'm going to show you a couple variations with it. So I have everything actually ready to roll for that one right here. So our card is already cut and scored, so I'm just going to fold it and crease it with my bone folder good, and that just gives it a good firm crease and just lays flat. Now I have taken a Night of Navy, and this is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and a piece of Very Vanilla, and the Very Vanilla is cut to 5 by 3 3/4. And I just need to clean off my stamp a minute before I can roll to the next one. So hang on a second. There we go. I should clean off my fingers too. Goodness gracious. All right, and we're going to close that ink spot up, ink pad, and we're going to grab our Night of Navy ink. Then I used a piece of the Wood Designer Series paper out of the Tasteful Touches Designer Series paper. This pack is awesome. And we are going to stick that down. And this, I forgot, is cut to 1 3/4 inches by 3 3/4. And we're going to mount it on the left-hand side of your card, like so. And then I am going to take the trees. Oh, my butterflies are flying away. I forgot. I need to grab a set of butterflies out of the pack here. Oh, my butterflies. Oh, where did they go? Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, now remember these are laser cut, so they're real delicate. They're so delicate, they're stuck together. And so you just kind of carefully want to punch them out. Like so. Some people have been really creative and use these for stencils too. I have not been that creative, but I'm sure you could easily do that. So get your trees out, and they are really tricky. There we go. So we're going to grab those trees and we are going to mount them on the edge of this card. I just think this is a fun one. We're going to use our mini. Oh my goodness, I had everything out. we'll just get a new set of mini. I am sorry, the best laid plan. And these are kind of tricky because they are little, and I'll show you how I kind of use them. You want to try to position them under the tree so they don't show through. So that means kind of really getting them in the center of your trees as best you can. And we'll use a couple along the edges to, and you wouldn't have to, I just think cards are fun with dimensional. And a fun little way to really get in some of those little places is to literally, and I probably shouldn't use my regular ones, have an adhesive set of scissors, but I use my paper snips, and see how I even cut them in half? And that works just awesome for those really tiny places to get into. You can do that with the full-size ones too. That one didn't cut. I didn't get that one in there quite right. So I'm just going to, I still didn't go through. Huh, I am having issues getting this one. There we go, it is cut. So just see how that real tiny edge, I'm still gonna stick one down there, and that looks good. So then we just peel those off really quickly. And these are so little, I don't want to use my take your pick tool because I don't want to take a chance of like ripping the tree off the thing. All right. And we're just going to stick that down to the bottom of the card like so. Just kind of position our trees. All right, isn't that fun? Just some texture, dimension. Like I said, I love, love, love cards with dimension and texture. Gonna use our twine again out of our kit, which just flew on the floor, and now we have lots of twine available to use. And we're gonna wrap that, you got it, around the card 3 times, because that seems to be my magic number. You can always adjust it after you tie it, the placement of the twine, if you, or the linen thread. Why do I keep calling this twine? This is linen thread. I am sorry, I probably have you completely confused. This is linen thread, and it is one of my favorite things to use also. I use it on a lot of cards. It's just a fun element to add to your cards. So we're just going to knot this off too, like so. There you go. Use my paper snips to trim off my knots a little bit. Now we're going to use our Night of Navy ink, like so, and we are going to stamp "Here's to You." Any kind of luck on live camera, this will actually work. There we go. And look, I just missed the U a little bit, but that's okay. We'll fix that later. Then I'm not going to stick this down since I just goofed it up. We'll fix that first. So next I would mount this on my 4x5 1/4 Night of Navy, and I would glue that right down to my card because I've already got some dimension up here, so that's going to be on my card front. Now, since this is a fun card, I also love to do the inside of my cards. So I took another 4 1/4 by 4x5 1/4 Night of Navy, and I took a 3 3/4 by 5, very vanilla, and I am going to stamp that "May Your Journey" saying on the inside of the card, just like so. And I also, since I probably am going to use this for a graduation card, am going to stamp "Congratulations" on the bottom of it. There we go. A little bit crooked, but it'll work. So whoops, now I have a little piece of linen in my, my goodness, in my adhesive here. All right, and I'm just going to mount that, and once again I would mount this inside my card. So what a fun graduation card. Here's an actual done one, so you can see "Here's to You," and there's my saying inside it. Perfect for Father's Day, graduation, birthday. Masculine cards can be a challenge, and this is just a great card for that. Now, another fun thing that you can do is to take your Stampin' Up! Markers, like so. This is the older version, but they're all the same. I use the Night of Navy, and you can take the wide end, and that's the wrong end, and you can flip the edge and give it some ink spatters. And that really adds some fun dimension to your card, some fun texture. So that's what I did with this one. So just a Stampin' Up marker, use the fat end and just flip it to get some ink splattered. Super fun, simple little trick. Like I said, there's just tons of little tricks. Hopefully you're picking up some of them from this video. Now let's close this one. And I see one of my ideas fell on the floor. Not sure how that happened in this chaos tonight, but this is another one I use the crumb cake a lot, and there's one of the envelope liners cut to 4 by 5 1/4, mounted on some pretty peacock, and this is a label out of the Tasteful Textures suite. I love these labels. Here's to you. Super fun card. This one is a fun birthday card, and we will quick put it together here. Okay. I have a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock. It is cut 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. And we are going to crease it. Always put your creased bump in the inside of your card. We're going to score it with our bone folder. Give it a good crease. Then I took a piece of Calypso Coral and I cut this once again 4 by 5 1/4, and I took a piece of Very Vanilla, cut 3 3/4 by 5. Total simple measurements. If you get those measurements down, you can stamp your little heart out because they will be used over and over and over. And this one is a really simple card too, and it was fun to make. I just took the wildflowers that came in the kit. At least I think they're wildflowers. I'm honestly not a flower person. And we're just going to stamp those across the bottom. Oh gosh, we're going to flip it over because we just got a little ink smudge. So how did I do that? I never do that, but of course I do that when we're on camera. Just inked my ink pad, and for some reason it's kind of leaving a little bit of texture I'm not liking. Maybe I'm not pressing hard enough. Okay, so then I'm also going to make this a happy birthday card, and so my happy birthday was inked in this color already, so we're good. We're going to stick happy birthday up here like so. So there you go, happy birthday. Now we're not done. This is okay, but we're not done. So I'm gonna take my linen thread again. I know I sound like a broken record, but I guess what? I'm gonna wrap it around my card 3 times. You could do 2. I just like 3. It's an odd number, I guess. I don't know. Not really sure why I'm stuck on 3, but I am. Snip it off and knot it up. And I just got an ink smudge from my fingers in blue. That's okay. I have what's called a little ink eraser, and I will... Where am I getting this ink from? Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, well, you get the gist of that. I don't know what happened or why we have some ink spots here. Then I used my... Where is that coming from? This is bizarre. I really should get it off my fingers though before we get it on the rest of our projects tonight. That looks terrible. I apologize. I don't know where I'm getting my ink from. Okay, well, this is what your card is going to look like. After I stamped that, I actually used the Stampin' Dimensionals and I put it on the back of this Very Vanilla stamped piece. And so I popped that up. Then I adhered that all to the card. And I went back and added some of our in color butterflies. So I just used my take your pick tool. And you can place them with your finger, but I just peeled them off and placed them around the card. Isn't that just a cute card? Now, don't forget the inside of your cards. I just stamped inside the card and I added the flowers to the bottom. So just a really pretty card, even though we've killed the front of this one. That's why they make two sides to every paper. I added some flowers down in the corner because I love Happy Mail and I love to decorate the envelopes, either the front, the back, or both. So I added some flowers. So wouldn't this just be a fun card to send out for a birthday? I send a ton of birthday cards. I'm in a couple birthday card groups, which is another fun demonstrator perk that we have. So that's a fun card. It's super simple, easy to make. Now here is a card that I had fun with too, and this uses the mountain card front. And we are going to cut, I'll show you a fun, easy trick to cutting two cards at once. I use our paper trimmer and I score it 4 1/4, and then we cut it at 5 1/2. And you actually end up with 2 card bases. So that's super fun. And we are going to, you got it, crease and score this third bone folder on both sides. Then I used our subtle embossing folder, made a sandwich, and ran this through our stamp cut emboss machine. If you don't have one of those, it's super fun. You can make the fun die cuts. You can add texture to your cards. So this is a 4 by 5 1/4, ran through the embossing folder. I am going to grab my Pretty Peacock ink, and I'm also going to grab a card base to show you how I cut that out. This is the card, so we're just going to cut that mountain scene out. So you're just kind of going to place the edge of your trimmer right along there. Whoops, I should have cut that card back off first. I'm going to do that because I use the backs too. So I just cut that right off because we're going to use that actually in the next project. So now I'm going to go back over that. We're just going to cut that off, and we're going to do that to all 4 sides. Just leaving a little edge of it. You can cut it right down to the color. You can just cut it off like so. And remember, I was going to tell you that I saved all the little pieces out of this kit. I was going to show you. This is literally what I have left. The rectangle doesn't go in there, but this is how much I used of the first kit. I use it all. I use all of these little fun strips and shapes. So use them inside your cards, outside your cards. They're just fun to use. This one is a super simple card too. I just flipped this over, and we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of our mountain, like so. And I'm thinking there's a piece missing to this card. And guess what? There is. Oh well, you'll get the gist of it. So you just peel this off and stick it right down to the center, like so, of the card. And then I actually, once again, wrapped my linen thread 3 times around this card. And I can't find my die cut rectangle. I'm sure it's here, but I don't know what happened to it. So I just used the Pretty Peacock ink, and I stamped my, on the stitched rectangle label, wrapped it 3 times with my linen thread, and I just adhered that down. So I just popped the mountain up. I think this is just a really, really fun masculine card too. Like I said, masculine cards can be a struggle, but anyone can get this card. Anyone, nature lover, you name it. Super fun, super easy. I love, love, love the subtle embossing folder. The 3D subtle embossing folder just adds so much, I don't know if you can see it or not, so much fun texture to cards. So that's a fun one that we made. And this one is just a really fun one. I enjoyed making this card so much. I have a child in medical school, and it's a challenge. It's really hard, and sometimes when she's having a really hard time or a really rough day, I just want to reach the phone and hug her, but she's far away, so I can't do that. And I thought this card would just be a super fun one to send her. So it is a 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 crumb cake card base. And remember that card front that we just cut off, that last mountain card? This is the back side of that card. So I am going to cut that down to 5 1/4 by 4, like so. Then I am going to take, if you want a fun stamp set, Ridiculously Awesome is an amazing, amazing stamp set. This just sometimes has all the words that you just want to say. Make today ridiculously awesome. Absolutely love it. You got this. You are my sunshine. P.S. I love you. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. That is just an excellent saying. So this is a super fun set, and it's perfect for what I wanted to do with this card. I am going to use the Make Today Ridiculously Awesome, because sometimes when she has a hard test, she just needs that bit of cheer. And I'm going to ink this up really, really, really good. Hopefully really, really good. The way that I'm going tonight, who knows how this is going to fly. And we are going to stamp that down kind of right on the right edge of the card base, just a little bit. Awesome. Okay, I'm happy with that. My ink seems a little loose, and I did just ink it, so I probably need to get my ink pad a little bit damper yet, but that will work. Then I took, remember, don't throw anything away. This is a oh, you know what? I screwed up, sorry. This is actually 3 3/4, but that's okay, we can rescue it. By 5. I'm gonna take it off this side. Everything to not do in a video is happening tonight, isn't it? All right, so this is a 3 3/4, or this is a 3/4 by 5 piece of that paper that's left over from those liners. We're just gonna stick it to the side of our card, like so, and wrap it with our linen thread 3 times. Actually, no, you know what? I broke my rule and I only did it twice. I think this is just because it's kind of a lighter card, so I thought 2 was fine. And just like so. Then I cut it too short. I'm trying to hurry so this video doesn't go forever, and I think when I'm trying to hurry, it's probably even getting worse. And you know what? I cut that too short. I am not that good at knotting, so that's not going to work. But I'm going to show you the done thing. We're actually going to do the inside of the card too. So I'll show you the inside before I completely finish it. And I took another piece of the Calypso Coral, 4 by 5, 5 1/4 by 4, 3 3/4 by 5, and another strip of the DSP. And this is cut to a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. And we're going to use our tape runner. This is our Stampin' Seal. I use the Stampin' Seal Plus. Totally refillable. I love, 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 love rolling adhesive. I love all of our adhesives, but I really love the Stampin' Seal Plus. And I am going to use this fun one, and you'll see why in a minute. This is just a super fun card to send to your child. P.S. I love you. I really, really mean that from the heart. So, I love, love, love that stamp set. I am going to stick this down to the Calypso Coral, like so. Then I would mount this inside of my card. Like so. And you know what? This makes me really mad. So we're gonna tie this one more time because I am determined not to let this card get the best of me. Sorry, you're just stuck watching me for a minute because that just made me mad. So we're gonna start over here because this is a fun one. I just thought it was really fun. So I want to share it with you. I hope you enjoy it. So here we go. That's better. Like I said, I only wrapped this one twice. Maybe that's why it didn't work out. I broke my rule of 3 times. So, who knows? There you go. Then I am just going to run this along the edges of the card, or the back of the card. And we're going to add it to our 4 by 5 1/4 inch card base. And I got that a little too far because I didn't have my right measurements, but it's okay. I'm going to show you how we're going to fix it, and it's not going to be that noticeable. We're going to off-center our gems. So I'm going to place that one down here. These are the Gilded Gems again. They're like some of my all-time favorites. Use them all the time. All right, that looks good. Then we're gonna flip it over once again and use our stamping seal. Put it on the back. And we're gonna mount it on our card front. Like so. Isn't that a fun one? Make today ridiculously awesome. How cool is that for graduation? You name it. P.S. I love you. It doesn't have to say that inside. You could say happy birthday, congratulations, whatever. But I absolutely love that card. I thought it was super fun. So those are my alternatives. As you can tell, I made a ton of cards and had so much fun with this kit. Now, I just want to show you a couple other fun projects that I have been busy because I have been stamping away. This will be another video, and I will have a kit coming for the Sweet Ice Cream set. This is the theme for the new Paper Pumpkin. Sign up by April 9th if you want in on the cool Paper Pumpkin Happy Birthday, or the Ice Cream Sweet Treats Paper Pumpkin. It is so cute. It's going to feature these bright colors. This set is amazing. I had a ball with these. These are some cards that are going out for my birthday swaps. Couple more fun ones that I've been playing with. Easter is over, but Springtime Joy was a blast. Welcome Spring. Isn't this fun in the bright in colors? Magenta Madness, absolutely love it. So that's a fun set. I had fun playing with that. I've got 2 more cards I want to make with you tonight and share that I think are fun. I hope you enjoy them. And these are using the Sand and Sea set with the fun embossing folder that goes with the suite. Friends Are Like Seashells is a stamp set that we are going to use. It's one of our Paula Premier ink sets. It has a full die cut set that you can also get with it. So it has an embossing folder, die cuts. You can purchase any of it, all of it in a suite. If you purchase anything in a bundle or a suite, that means if you get the die cuts and the stamp set, or if you get it all, the whole suite with the paper, you get discounts. So that's an awesome way to purchase all of these. This is a super fun set. Happy birthday. You are amazing. Friends are like seashells. You collect them all on the way. I'm so happy I found you. Wishing the very best for you. Thank you. Love you to the beach and bass. What a cool set. This is a fun one. So we are just going to make, I thought, a really fun card with it. And I am, once again, going to cut 2 card bases. So I'm going to score this with our Stampin' Trimmer. I love, love, love our trimmer at 4 1/4. And I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2, like so. And score it on the inside with my bone folder. Now, I did already, to speed this up, pre-cut a piece of cardstock to 4 by 5 1/4, and I embossed it with our folder, our seashell folder. Isn't this just fun? I don't know if it's called seashell or exactly what all the terminology of the ocean is, but anyway, I just ran it through our Stampin' Cut emboss machine, and look at that fun texture. So we are going to use that in a second, and this is some of the beautiful paper out of the sand, and this is a set of my own paper that I've got cut up, so excuse all the awful crazy shapes right now, but I use a lot of my paper. Look at some of these beautiful colors in this paper set. It's all double-sided designer series paper. There is even some beautiful opalescent paper. Look at that shimmer. Oh, this is just a beautiful, beautiful set. There is lots of fun paper. It's all double-sided. Look at the colors, just gorgeous paper. So that is really fun. So what I did is I used my Stitch So Sweetly die cuts. Remember, I love those. And I cut out a sand and a water die cut set. I have my stamp mounted over here for, well, that's part of why our ink is getting all over. This one I grabbed my, shoot, I have one ink pad I didn't get out. Now I just need to grab a quick. Misty Moonlight ink is what I chose for this. And, oh goodness, now I just covered up my stamp set. Where did that go? How did I do that? Oh, look, it's right in front of me. Whoa, it's getting late. This one just says friends are like seashells, you collect them along the way. So I am going to stamp that right down like so in the center of the die cut. I love, love, love this label set. And I'm going to stick that down to my die cut, just kind of centering it like so. And we have some opal gems right here. These are really, really fun. They're called opal rounds, I guess. They're not opal gems. But I am going to use one on the edge of each one of these, like so, just to give it kind of like it anchors it down. Now, I'm going to take my linen thread. This one we're not going to worry about tying, well, we'll tie it, but we're going to tie it underneath. And I'm going to put it a little more to the top than the center of the card. And we're going to wrap it 3 times. Yep, I'm back to my 3 because hopefully that goes better for me. And we're going to snip it off like so. And I've got one more card, so I hope I'm not like taking way too long, but I was excited to share these projects with you tonight. And we're going to tie this up in a knot. And it really doesn't matter about the tails under this because it's going to be covered up. Because we're going to take this die cut and we're going to close this ink before we have a huge problem on our hands. And we are going to die cut that down, or die cut, oh my goodness, we are going to use dimensionals and stick that down to our card. And they're all coming off. Gosh, you don't need to probably put them in quite the dimension that I have there, layout. Pop our backs off. You take your pick tool, works awesome for popping the backs off of dimensionals too. And we're gonna just stick that down on top of our thread, our linen thread, like so. And like I said, you can play with your thread after you get it down and have it look the way you want. Then I embossed, I stamped out of the stamp set already, and I used the soft suede ink, and I die cut, or I stamped one of the, I think that's shellfish. I'm really not good with my with the stamp. And then I die cut out with the cotton emboss machine with the shape. So that is how I got this. And we're going to just stick a dimensional on the back of that. And I just kind of anchored it off the side. I don't know if you'd need it or not, but I thought it was just kind of a fun beach look to add to the card. Then I popped this off the card once again with my dimensionals. I just thought it was kind of fun with a little bit of dimension on there. So we're going to pop this up. Take your pick tool and pop the backs off. And I missed that one. Takes a little bit of the hang of this, but once you start doing this, you will absolutely love to just take the backs off that way. It just goes faster. They fly all over the house anyway. You will find them everywhere. And then I just stuck that down to the center of our card base, like so. I did stamp in Misty Moonlight a, gosh, I don't know is this a starfish? I don't know what this is. An ocean shape on the front of the envelope. And I also like to add, I did add Very Vanilla into the inside of this card, which I will do to this card too, cut 4 by 5 1/4. This is another one I used out of that pack, same format and theme, 4 by 5 1/4, embossed with the embossing folder. Here's a 1 inch by 5 1/4 strip of the paper out of the Sand and Beach, wrapped with linen thread twice there, stitched so sweetly die cut with the seine, and I did the inside. So super fun. Look at these. These are great for summer. I love, love, love the seines in this set. Super fun cards. And I have one last card I wanted to show you quick. And it uses the Dandy Garden series. And I absolutely love this series. It's so pretty. And this is a fun card. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did creating it. everything should be here and ready to roll. We'll see if we can manage to pull this one off the rate this video is going. Cut my card already, 5.5 by 4, 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Crease it with our bone folder. Like so. Then I took a Misty Moonlight cardstock piece, and that is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm not going to put that together quite yet, because then I took a 3 3/4. Oh goodness, I don't know, that got creased just a little bit. I'm not sure what happened. Well, I know what happened. Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta do one quick thing. I don't know. This needs to be embossed. Just a second. I'll pop right back. Sorry about that. I thought I had everything ready to fly. This is a 3 3/4 by 5, and I embossed it with the linen embossing folder. I love, love, love the texture on that one. So then I cut a 1.5 strip of Misty Moonlight, and I cut a 1.5 quarter of the Dragonfly Garden Designer Series paper. This is super fun, double-sided 6x6 paper to make really fun cards. It features a lot of the in-color colors, just really fun summer garden-themed paper. I am using the Dragonfly Dragonfly Garden, sorry, stamp set with the dragonflies. I love dragonflies. To me, they're just gorgeous. Super fun sayings in this one too. You're my inspiration, for a true friend, may good things grow. May all good things, let's see, oh my gosh. May good things grow all year long. Thank you for your kindness. This is just a really fun set. Here's another fun card I'm not going to make tonight, but I also made using this set. Isn't that beautiful? That is one of my, well, at least I think it's beautiful, haha. Cards for my thank you for orders that goes out to customers with the dragonfly. So this is a gorgeous set. I am going to take our 1.5 piece, and I'm going to stick it by 5, 1.5 wide by 5, or 5 by 1.5 long. Oh my goodness. We're going to center that on our strip of 1 3/4 by 5, like so. Then I used our stitched circles. Now these die cuts, our stitch shapes, are being discontinued. There are some awesome buys in the Going, Going, Gone section of the catalog. Be sure to check it out. I am sad. I absolutely love these. I'm excited about all the new things, but am sad that these are retiring, because these are just fabulous. Stitch shapes, I do use those a lot, so I will miss those. Not that I can't use them, but they will not be in our current catalog. And I am going to stamp on a scrap of paper our dragonfly, and here he is. And I'm just going to use some Memento black ink, which I thought I had out. I do have it out. See, I try to be so organized, I scare myself. And I'm just going to ink up my stamp set real good. And that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to stamp this down. This is just a die cut shape that I cut out and I didn't use, so we're just going to use it for this project. So there you go. That looks pretty good. Close up that ink. Always keep your ink closed or it's not a good thing. And I'm going to use our dragonfly punch. All of our punches have feature multiple shapes, and they're called pocket punches. So you just slide them open. So they fold up neat for storage, and you just pop them open to punch with them. I like to punch upside down too, as you can see. Then you can absolutely shape and position where you want to cut or punch. So that looks good. So I'm just going to punch it out. Obviously, I'm not going to use the little guy. And I grabbed some Stampin' Blends. I just happened to grab a couple random colors. So I have the dark Seaside Spray, and I have some Misty Moonlight Light. I probably could use Misty Moonlight Light and Misty Moonlight Dark. I don't really know why I just grabbed these, but I did. So I'm going to take the darker color. I love our Stampin' Blends. They are just awesome to color with. They don't leave lines like markers do. So that's what is probably my favorite part of using them. And I'm going to go and outline with the darker ink in the blends. I love the blends because, like I said, they just blend, and that's what they're made for. They're made to blend dark to light, or vice versa. So I'm just going to kind of outline the edges of it like so. Then I am going to use my lighter, and I'm going to use the fat tip now, and I'm just going to blend. I'm going to pull that dark into that light just to add a little bit of color variation. Doesn't do a lot, but it still just isn't all the same color throughout, so it just adds some color. And see how I'm just taking the darker and I'm just pulling it in. So I'm just pulling that dark color in and blending it a little bit. I love the blends. The more you just play and blend with them, you'll love them too. A fun thing I like to do is Wink of Stella. I absolutely love to add a little sparkle to my projects. So I'm going to use some Wink of Stella, and as you can see, it's kind of a glitter brush, and I am just going to give our dragonfly some sparkle. Because after all, dragonflies sparkle, don't they? They kind of have like a magical look to their wings. So I'm just going to kind of go over that and color it a little bit so you can see that it sparkles. I don't know if you can see that real well or not, but it does. So we are going to stick our oh gosh. Sometimes if you press too hard, that happens. It's okay. Just work through it and it'll work itself out. I'm going to stick this down to the center of our card that's embossed with the linen embossing folder. I'm going to stick that down. Then I'm going to take our circle and I am going to stamp thank you. Oh, where did thank you for your kindness go? This is what happens when you have all your stamps mounted beside you. Where did that go? Oh, help, help, help. There we go, right there. All right, we're going to use our Misty Moonlight ink again. And we're going to stamp this up, and I'm going to kind of position it at the bottom of my ink. And this says, thank you for your kindness. I'm going to kind of just stamp that right down there at the bottom. Perfect. Thank you for your kindness. And we're going to close this up. We've had enough ink disasters. I am going to take one Stampin' Dimensional. Actually, 2 came off, so no, I'm just going to use 1. 2 is too many for this. And I kind of like to bend the wings up just a little bit because they fly, right? Dragonflies fly. And I'm going to have him kind of flying off the circle like so. Another really, really fun thing about this set is what are called our ladybug trinkets. Because ladybugs are just kind of a summer thing too, aren't they? Look at those cute little bugs. They are just fun. Fun, fun, fun. Now I need to find my glue dots that ran away. Here they are. When I'm sticking things like this, I like to use our sticky dots or glue dots. They're called mini glue dots. They're awesome. They're very, very sticky. You can just place your dragonfly or your ladybug right on a glue dot, peel it off, and he's ready to stick down. Whoa, he also moves to your card like so. So I stuck that down. Now I am going to take some of our baker's twine. Now I'm using baker's twine. This is our white baker's twine that comes in a combo right now with Blushing Bride and basic white. I love baker's twine. This is just an awesome set that's available right now. That's in the Snail Mail series. It's available by itself with the Blushing Bride in the pink. All right, and I'm going to knot this off. Once again, this is going to be under the circle, so you're really not going to have to worry about how it looks. It just needs to be tied or anchored down. Like so. There you go. And we're just going to snip the ends off because it's going to be covered up. Get that out of the way. And I am going to use some of my dimensionals to place the circle on the card front. Pop those off, although those are kind of coming off. They don't really, if they're falling off already, it doesn't work the best to use your stamping tool. All right, there we go. We're going to position that down in the center of the card. Then I'm going to flip over the whole thing and I'm going to carefully stick it down. Sometimes when you have embossed paper, it works better to use the card base. So I'm just going to pop over here. Actually, the card front. This is the 4 by 5 1/4. And I am just going to take, because it's already roughed up and sometimes the adhesive sticks to it. So that's why I'm just going to do it this way instead. And I'm going to stick it down to the 4 by 5 1/4 Misty Moonlight, like so. And then I love dimension. This probably would not be needed, but I am going to pop it off the card base once again. Like I said, you don't have to do this. The post office probably loves me for all the dimension I put on cards, but I just think it's fun to have dimension. Or I just love to use dimensionals. I'm not really sure. Yeah, the truth is both. And this is also one of my customer thank you cards that you could get in the mail with an order. How cool is that? I love to send beautiful cards as thank you gifts. So there is a card. Thank you for your kindness. Now remember how I love to decorate envelopes? We're going to decorate this envelope a little bit. This is one of the pieces of paper out of the Designer Series paper pack, and I cut it to not quite 2 3/4. And this is obviously by 6 because that's the size of the paper that comes. And I'm going to take our medium vanilla basic white envelopes, and I'm just going to take, you can use your multi-purpose glue, it works just as easy, and any type of adhesive. I love to use our Stampin' Seal because it's just faster in my book, but either is great. And I am just going to go around the edges of my envelope. Then I'm going to place my paper as close to that crease as I possibly can. And we're going to stick it down like so. Yep, and it worked out good because I don't want to see that white edge. And then I just take my paper snips and just trim right around your envelope flap, like so. There we go. There's a great scrap. And I went just a little too far off the edge, so that's okay. We're just going to take our scissors and we're going to trim that down, and there you go. Then I also took my envelope and I used the flying dragonflies because like I said, love to decorate. How fun is it to get a beautifully envelope in the mail that's not a bill, let alone to have it, just pretty. So pretty happy mail is always fun. And we're just going to add some dragonflies in the corner of the front of the envelope. So there you go. How cool is that? Just a beautiful card, beautiful thank you card. Thank you for your kindness. Who doesn't love to send thank you notes? It's always fun to send those out too. I love this series. So another couple cards that I will just share with you I made with this fun series were another one using the dotted Swiss ribbon, which I absolutely love. And these, sadly, that's retiring, along with our nested labels, die cuts. Those are retiring too, but it's okay. You can still get them in the Going, Gone. Here's another fun one using the garden DSP. Just pop the dragonflies up, stitch So Sweetly Dies, and some rhinestones. And another one, this is kind of bright, but it's fun, using the bumblebee ribbon, some gilded gems, stitch So Sweetly die cuts. You can tell I just love those. So those are my cards for tonight. I hope you have really enjoyed this video. It got really long and I apologize for that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, share it, email me if you did, and remember, I might have a prize patrol out there for you. Have a great night. Think about Paper Pumpkin, April 9th, last day to sign up. Catalogs are on the way to my customers. If you are looking for a demonstrator or need a catalog, feel free to email me, melinda@paperwishesbymelinda.com, and I will be sure to get you one. Yeah, that's not my email. Melinda@paperwishesby. Yeah, it is. Melinda@paperwishesbymelinda.com. Oh my, it's late. Thanks so much. You guys have a great night. Look forward to more videos. I can't wait to play with the new Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin Perks members, your kits are in the mail and on their way to you. Have a great night. See you later. Bye, guys.